Tommy Media Group presents your NXT Next Level Wrestling Review with your host, Big Ray and the Vet. So,
are you ready? We said, are you ready?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review, your NXT review show, your news review show, your just want to hang out and just talk some shit review show. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long, hot week, baby. But we are here live for you, as we are here for you live every single Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't know who I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am the pundit of the people, the man with a plan, Big Ray, here to say to talk some lucha libre today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. No, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with a goddamn hero. A man that has saved puppies. A man that crawled through fiery windows, ladies and gentlemen, to save, what was her name? May something? This is a very old lady that lived next door, carrying her on his shoulders and then rescuing her husband shortly after. A man that is the best in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, he is my co-host, the one, the only, Superman. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The Vet. Hero of the day. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, ladies, the saver of lives, the one, the only, the Vet, Jamie Williams. My God, I don't even know if I deserve to sit here next to you, man.
Have you seen that in the new Superman, any of the new Superman trailers where like he's flying into the fire and he goes like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, not me,
Have
buddy.
Have you seen the girl Iron Man? Iron person, they, them.
Yes.
Oh, you did? You have watched that crap?
I saw her on it.
Oh, okay.
Her name's Riri.
Stop it.
Isn't that funny?
Are you joking?
No.
That's the character's name? What happened to Tony Stark?
You remember he died?
Oh shit, that's right.
Sorry, spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen. They're not caught up on the MCU, and they've been saving Endgame for a rainy day. But
That's
Tony
right.
didn't make it.
Yeah, Tony didn't make it, man. What are you gonna do, bro? You know, I mean, superheroes can't live forever. Well, they can. Depending.
Hey, I'm just glad that this character from the comics is the character from the comics. Because It's weird when they change, like, you know, I know a lot of people aren't fans when they change, like, the skin color of a character.
I'm not a fan
But
of
this character was always a black woman, so it's not like, you know, they swapped something. However, Wonder Man, on the other hand, is a different story.
Oh, that is going to be another very popular MCU TV show. Hey, before I do anything, I just wanted to just quickly,
And what do we got over here? A cup of potatoes? A cup of potatoes?
I want to kick it off by thanking Cold Blooded, who kicked off the show with a $5 super chat. And can you tell me what the super chat actually is? I don't know if you can see it.
All right, let me see.
It's at the very top of the list. It's like the third.
Okay,
comment.
it's the pair. It's the pair with the red, white, and blue like 80s sweatband.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And he's just laughing like ha 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 ha.
Oh, okay. Is it so? It's like a joyful laugh, like receiving a super chat from Cold Blooded or anyone else here.
Yep.
I feel it, man. I feel it in the cockles of my heart, man. And listen, long week, but guess what, guys? For me, it's my weekend. For you, it's your hump day. So we all win, depending on, I forget when Vet your day's off. You work tonight. You're off the next 2 days or something like that, right? Is that how it works?
No.
Nobody knows. Nobody fucking knows for sure. He does what he does. He comes and goes as he pleases. He's the vet, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, we have the vet. And, of course, we have the C of the BBC, the chat.
They're here.
And they're here. Let me just find the gimmick here. And, ladies and gentlemen, let us do what we do best. We will
acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're going to acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
We throw up the ones, ladies and gentlemen. We throw up the ones for our brother up in heaven, Media M5, the man that got the gabagool. How you doing over there? I wonder how Mike would have liked the Tony D'Angelo thing. Oh, by the way, they continue to allegedly steal from Big Vito and Noel, bro. If you guys follow them on TikTok, you know what? I'll save it for that segment. It's called a teaser. I got a text messages with links and videos from Noel yesterday. She was so angry because allegedly they did something that was kind of simple. You know what? We'll talk about it later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's thank the thankful one, Michael Vasquez. Thank you for the upload.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We have
That was cold-blooded.
the one and the only cold-blooded XX Tentacion. Anyway, we have the biggest ass in all of HMG, Frank's Picklebear ass. Vet, what are they testing on Lab Rat today? Who wishes us a good morning?
They're testing Italian gimmicks.
Sure. Maybe some gabagool. It's good stuff, man. Gabagool is actually very good. You have to go to the right Italian deli, the one with the people that are tied up in the back. All right. We have the lovely Elizabeth. Yeah. Freak out. Yeah. Elizabeth is here with us. She says, hey, guys. We have the windiest of all Chris's. I call him Chuckles. It is the one, the only, Mr.
Yes, boy.
Chris Winland. Honk, honk, beep, beep, yeet, and yes, boy. Just like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have, let me see here. Oh, speaking of our friend, the ghost of MV Hitman is here. It says, hello, Earthlings and reptile people. Who told you? Isn't our NXT Women's Champion a reptile person?
Yes.
God damn it! Respect my authority. Suck My Balls podcast, South Park Reviews, probably Matt. Very high right now, I'm assuming. Probably eating, what do you eat? When you're high for breakfast, what do you eat? Do you eat just tons of eggs and shit, bacon? Or do you just, I don't know, have a pizza? I'm asking you, Vet. Oh, Vet's high. Uh-oh.
You asked me?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're straight edge, right? How
yes.
You do it?
Yeah, you know, one of these, and I'm so straight edge. I don't even have the tattoos.
God damn.
I don't even let ink in my body.
He has one tattoo, and it's Bin Hameen on his back. It takes up the whole back. Bin Hameen laughing maniacally, right? Good. You can show
He
it.
wishes.
No. Ooh. We have the slashing one, the dancing one, the handsome one, the slash and dancing handsome, slash and dancing handsome. Anyway, Dan Heffron's here. He's a good guy.
Dan, I couldn't like your video this morning because I hate that fucking song. But I'm sure you did a great job.
What song is it that he did this week?
Beast of Burden by the Rolling Stones.
Oh, I don't like the Rolling Stones.
That song is fucking. I like the Stones.
I don't like the Stones.
I don't like that song. The Stones have a couple of songs that I fucking hate. Most of them I like.
Yo, do you know how? Dan, can you do "Love in the Elevator" by Aerosmith? That's actually one of my favorites.
I'm sure he could. How could he not?
In an elevator, living it up when I'm going down. I was 20 years old when I realized what they were talking about. Anyway, we have the evil Zane Vicious. He is the master and ruler of the world. Doesn't give a damn who you are. This is what is it? This is what Ray gets for making unfounded accusations. What are you talking about? Do you know that?
What unfounded accusations? Also, what do you get? What are you getting right now?
I don't know.
Are you being punished somehow? Do you feel punished or?
I'm nervous.
Oh.
I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I didn't say anything. We have the sexiest man. What happened?
Nothing. Scott Woodford is what happened, and that's what happens. He sends Ray to the Void every time. Maybe in the Void, Ray's getting his punishment from Zane Vicious, but he's back now. And were you punished in the Void? Was the Void the punishment?
It's weird because I was sent to a place where I was spanked hard by a very, very tall 7 feet woman. I liked it. Is that weird?
No, not that weird. So
What?
Matt says yogurt and bagels is what he
Ooh,
likes
whoa.
to have for a high breakfast.
Do you put the yogurt on the bagels like cream cheese?
Probably
So-
just to save time, you know?
Right? Just like a bagel sandwich.
Yeah,
I mean, a
it's
bagel
all
sandwich,
going in the
yogurt
stomach, so you might as well just.
That is disgusting. Someone who's not disgusting is the man who's got the power. It is Kenny effing Powers. He says, hey, Big Ray, Vet, and Gary. Oh, shit. People forget about Gary. He's a very integral part of the show. So let's just, there he is. There he is. Gary, the legend. The living legend, Gary Zbyszko. That's his last name, right? Isn't it Zbyszko? Gary Zbyszko?
You know, I never asked.
But maybe you would. He's been living with you for many, many years. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the man that saves you every single day. Jump on his YouTube gimmick at TN Couponer. It's our boy, TN Couponer. What's going on, man? What he says? He says, this is why you always bet on the vet. Oh, that's so sweet. All right, as we
Sounds
fast
like a line from a Wesley Snipes action movie.
Well, that's what he does. That's what he does. He does cool things like that. I'm just rolling through our gimmick here. And Zane, I don't know what you were talking about, so you gotta tell me if I owe you any money. Ray botching harder than Corey Graves. I don't know about that. Corey Graves is pretty awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that might be everybody. I think I'm good. Vet will tell me that I am wrong in 3, 2, 1.
No, I think he got them all.
Oh shit! Cool.
Which probably means that we might be short a few regulars, but hopefully they'll come in.
Well, I hope they do come in. We're about 30 strong right now, and it'll build as we continue the show. And I guess we could just jump into the 3 count. This is the 3 count with the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now back to Big Ray and the Vet. Oh yeah, it is the 3 count, ladies and gentlemen, where every news report we talk about is basically a rumor, unless we tell you it's not a rumor, unless we find out for sure.
We never tell you that, though.
We never know because it's always all bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit. We have Evolution coming this weekend. We have Saturday night's main event. We have what is it? WrestleMania, SummerSlam. What else we got going on this weekend? Jesus Christ, Halloween Havoc. My Lord, every day is wrestling, right?
All in. Don't forget
Oh my, what's that?
the big AEW show in Texas. Where's this ain't Texas?
That's there you go. Somebody we're missing. That's their WrestleMania, right? What's their WrestleMania? I always forget AEW. That's
It would probably have to be that. That's the one they've been trying to have in stadiums and stuff. And they couldn't do it in Wembley this year because Coldplay already booked it.
Cold-blooded. Oh, Coldplay.
Coldplay. Yeah. No, Coldplay put up a $5 million super chat and said, hold this.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Good. Well, you know, it's Coldplay, and then there's AEW. Wait.
Yeah.
Let me do this so you can see the hand because it's so.
Yeah. Of course.
It's fucking Coldplay. I mean, let's be real here. Anyway, let's jump into the news here. We have PW Insider that notes that Alundra Blaze, you may have heard of her, formerly Medusa, and Jazz are both scheduled to be at Evolution 2 this weekend. Oh, thanks for the spoiler, assholes. Though it's unclear.
They're going to be sitting in the crowd and go like this once.
That's it. It's unclear what they'll be there to do. And I think the vet just spoiled it. They're gonna sit down and wave at people. Probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe they become the tag team champions. Who knows?
Yeah, why not?
Shit. Prime Alundra Blaze and Prime Jazz.
Man.
Tag team champions.
Undefeated Hall of Fame tag team.
God. Oh, you're right. That's a good tag team right there, man. Let me see. Britt Baker is not attractive. I don't know what people. Anyway, I don't know why that came into my mind.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. It's just because I was listening.
She gonna make her debut at Evolution.
I was listening to you and and Jimmy doing your show, Wreckage, last night. I didn't have time to listen to it much. And I listened to it last night, and since you were talking about Britt Baker coming to WWE, and I'm like, that's the biggest. I don't give a shit. Like, we have Stephanie Vaquer, we got Julia. That's it. Like that, we don't need anybody in the women's division. They could just wrestle every night. But we do have more. We have people like Lash Legend and fucking what's her name with the big booty that she does the fucking. I always forget her name. That girl. You know.
Yeah, old soccer girl.
Soccer hood girl.
Mm-hmm.
They, I guess they're saying PW Insider, also say that TNA Knockouts champion Masha Slamovich is scheduled to appear in NXT's Great American Bash. I haven't seen. Listen, I'll be honest with you, brother. I don't watch TNA much at all. I don't have time, but I do follow it through what you and Maddie do. I mean, not Matt, Brandon. And I gotta tell you, man, from what I hear, you guys really dig Masha Slamovich. Like, what's her? If you could describe her in just a sentence, or like, what is her thing? Like who is this Masha Slamovich for a lot of people here that probably don't even watch TNA?
Well, I used to be able to describe her easier when I first saw her, because she kind of like, you remember the Netflix Glow?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Zoya the Destroyer.
Oh, what was her name on Glow?
Allison Brie was the actor.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but like not like the cartoonish Russian, but like an evil. She just happened to be a Russian evil person, and then
so Gunther with tits.
Yeah, she's just gritty. I don't know how else to describe it. She wrestles like a guy. She's trained by Johnny Rods. Her matches always have good psychology. I just put over this match she had on the most recent Impact Attack. I put over this chain match that she had with Killer Kelly, which you guys know how I feel about gimmick matches and how little I'm interested in them, but I had to give them the props for doing it right. So I look at Masha as the same way I look at Moose, where it's like, this is an obvious person that's so head and shoulders far above everybody else talent-wise, they need to be rescued from there. But at the same time, if you take them out of TNA, they don't have anything. So the dilemma is TNA needs these people, but they are wasting them there. They're not treating them the way they should be. Like, you build the company around a Moose and a Masha, and they're almost like afterthoughts on the show sometimes. So it's because of that they need to be rescued. If TNA was treating them better, they could exist as the big fish in the small pond scenario. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Maybe with the new TV deal that they're getting, and apparently they're getting the rub off of WWE because I hear they're getting a CW TV deal.
It doesn't matter what channel they're on. They're still booking it.
And HBO, they're going to be on HBO Max.
They're not going to be on HBO Max, but even if they were, it doesn't matter what they're on.
Oh.
The point is, if you still got the same people doing what they're doing there, booking wise, then you're just exposing it to more people, I guess.
Well, with that being said, then I'm looking forward to seeing Masha Slamovich. Maybe I should watch some matches of her just so I have an idea of what she does. According to Fightful, you don't have to pay for this one. This is the free one. All in Texas is currently slated to conclude before Saturday night's main event airs. Smart. So what time are they starting? Like,
yeah, exactly. What they got, 8 a.m?
What the fuck? How? Well, Well, All In, I'm assuming it's going to be like a 6-hour show, right? Because their shows are fucking...
Yeah, it's going to be a minimum 4 hours on the main show. They got a 90-minute hour pre-show.
Oh, Lord. I don't want to...
They call it 0 hour, but it's 90 minutes long.
90 hour. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I always have to throw out there, that was one of the things that AEW said, wrestling, these pay-per-views are too long. And these shows are too... Yeah, well, anyway. For what it's worth, Tyler Bate, I don't know, you may have heard of that guy, recently claimed on Instagram that he is not injured. He's just waiting to be used by WWE. And what a stupid fucking move. Vet, you and I both know Tyler Bate is probably one of those guys that WWE has hired there, and they're like, oh, shit, he still works for us? You're fired. Shut the fuck up.
As soon as they find out.
But I don't understand. Like, not for nothing, Vet. You and I both work hard, and we both have 9-to-5s. And if I wasn't showing up to work and I was still getting a paycheck and they didn't even notice I wasn't there, why would I say something? Why? Because if I'm getting a paycheck and I hadn't been there for like 2 months, when they realize that, when I tell them, hey, guys, did you notice I'm not there? They're like, oh, shit, we don't need you. You're fired. You're fired. It's the old Donald Trump.
And that's Pete Dunne, too.
No, now he fucked it over for Pete. I wonder if Abyss is backstage, like, wait a second. I mean,
he would never. Abyss would never.
He's a sweet guy, right?
If he had to fire somebody, he would probably cry.
What about his brother, Joseph?
I don't know.
I wonder if Joseph... anyway, doesn't matter. Mike Straw, may have heard of him. I've never heard of him. Of Insider Gaming. Bet this is your thing here. Claims talks have picked up more for an AEW game. On the AEW game front, he says they won't announce anything too early this time. However,
isn't that what I said?
Yeah, you did say that. What they just really fucked over that game, man. I can't believe they're still charging people for that game. It should just be a free game at this point, because nobody's buying it, nobody's on it, nobody's playing it. It wasn't good.
It was. Well, I mean, if you had PlayStation, that was a free game 1 month.
Well, was it a free game on Game Pass, I think, too. But oh man, that's probably the worst Christmas present Aiden ever got.
He asked. Can't feel bad if he asked.
He did. There is really nothing here, Vet. No news, nothing going on. We can take our time and jump in to what do you call it? What is this? Jersey Shore star. The situation wants to win the Heritage Cup. Shut the fuck up.
What?
I don't know, something with Channing Stacks Lorenzo. It doesn't matter. All right, I'm not doing that. But anything you want to talk about before we jump into or the time machine, go back in time for this day in professional wrestling history, sir?
I got nothing.
You got nothing? Well then, ladies and gentlemen, he got nothing, I got nothing. So, and apparently when we'll get off the air, oh God, I have to sneeze. When we get off the air, probably somebody will die or somebody will get hired or you know how it goes. But you know what? Let's forget about what's happening now. Let's forget about the future, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump into the time machine and go back in the day, and this day in professional wrestling history.
What you gonna do?
Will you stop? Boobies.
Oh, shuggy duggy quack quack. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are going back, way back to 1980 something. Actually, let me just refresh this really quickly. No, we're going back to 1960 something. Ladies and gentlemen, it is July 9th, 1963. An AWA World Heavyweight Championship change took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as the Crusher defeated the great Vern Gagne. Vet, you were a big fan of Vern Gagne, especially in the old days where he was wearing a diaper in the ring and doing drop kicks. Your thoughts on this epic, yes, triumphant. Your thoughts on this classic match between the Crusher and the great Vern Gagne, who booked himself to be 20-time champion.
I'm ashamed to say I have not seen this Matt Classic.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What kind of a vet am I?
Look at this spoiler. I'm not even going to say it live. Look at this fucking spoiler. How dare you?
Yeah, who's doing the Wayback Machine here? Josh, why don't you calm down?
Unbelievable, Joshua. Is it Joshua or just Josh?
I don't know.
All right.
Whatever he wants.
1985 vet, the Rock and Roll Express, who like one of my favorite tag teams as a kid. I was dying for them to go to the WWE, which never happened. Ricky Morton and of course Robert Gibson.
No, a younger, bigger version went to the WWE. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
Sure did. They're bigger.
Huh?
They're bigger?
Have you ever seen the Rock and Roll Express?
Yeah, they're awesome. Aren't they both like 6'2"?
They're both 62.
They won their first NWA World Tag Team Championships with a win over Ivan Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev. You may have heard of this guy. Later, the Great Repo Man. And Shelby, North Kakalaki. That's right around the corner from where Colin lives, where he works by the Glory Hole. Ivan Koloff, Crusher Khrushchev. So I'm assuming this is this before Nikita Koloff? Yeah, right? Or was Nikita Koloff?
You said
there
85, right?
Yeah,
So
85. Professor?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I don't know exactly when Nikita started, but the funny thing about Crusher Khrushchev, obviously, like you said, Barry Darso, he did not even attempt a Russian accent.
No.
Like not even at all. He just came on talking exactly like Repo Man or Smash or Blacktop Bully or any of the other characters he was. He made zero attempts.
Real quickly, the Russian Nightmare actually debuted a year earlier. Or a couple of months earlier.
That's what I thought. So, because I thought Khrushchev was added as a third person.
Right. So
why wasn't he in this match?
Well, he was probably looking for U.S. title gold, daddy.
Maybe.
Bro, I thought, listen, all jokes aside, I thought Nikita Koloff was the fucking coolest. Like, I thought he was awesome. Had no idea he couldn't work.
Bro, well, yeah, I mean, he was okay for that time. I mean, as far as those kind of guys that are like that, bodybuilders that get in the business where he was all right. He learned.
He sure did.
But you know who, it's like, like I told you before, I didn't watch this stuff growing up. So when I watched it later, I had already seen everything else. So that when you go back and you look at old stuff that either you just didn't see or you were too young to even see, you really understand like where a lot of the shit came from. Like when I was watching Nikita Koloff matches, like, you know, actually watching them, I was like, oh my God, this is just Goldberg. Goldberg took all this.
Yeah. He sure did.
Like he wasn't even original. And or like, you know, you're like, you watch Chris Benoit matches and everybody's talking about how good he is, and then you watch him and you're like, oh my God, that's just the Dynamite Kid. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly the Dynamite Kid. He didn't even do anything different. He just was the Dynamite Kid. Like, you could just do that. You could just be another wrestler. There was a guy at OVW, and I think he went to TNA for a while.
Okay.
What was his fucking name? It's like Michael Shane or something. Or
yeah, I remember Michael. Yeah, Shane. Yeah.
He was just Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
He did everything like Shawn Michaels, not only looking like him and everything, but he would like even. It was not. Even the
Michael Shane is his cousin.
Sure. So he even had the gum that he'd shoot the same way, and he even did that thing where he like reached back and like ran his thumb along the top of his tights like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
This guy was ridiculous.
Yeah, because they were related. You want to see Hulk Hogan in the 70s? Superstar Billy Graham. In 1986, I was 10 years old at the time, the WWF Women's Championship changed hands in Sydney, Australia, when the fabulous Moolah defeated the great Velvet McIntyre. McIntyre had defeated Moolah for the title just 6 days earlier. Moolah was terrible at wrestling, but she was a great worker. No, she was terrible. Couldn't cut a promo for shit. 2000. We're gonna fast forward in the year 2000. Anyway, WCW's Bash at the Beach took place at the Ocean City Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. The show was most famous for the chain of events that led to Hulk Hogan leaving WCW, never to return again. In the main event of the show, the main event of the show was to see Jeff Jarrett defend the WCW title against Hulk Hogan. And also, this is the whole when Hulk Hogan says, "You're a piece of shit, Russo," and Russo's like, "Listen, bro, you are a piece of shit, and you're never coming back to wrestle here, bro, at WCW. You fucking piece of shit, bro." Remember that?
Hogan, you bald-headed son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah. Kiss my ass, bro. Kiss my ass. Anyway, so apparently Jeff Jarrett ended up wrestling Booker T, and that's when Booker T won the title. It's a big deal. We also saw Chronic, Brian Adams and Brian Clark, defeat the Perfect Event. Fun fact? No, not fun fact. Question, Vet. Let's see if you can revamp wrestling. What's going on? Welcome joining us. Who was the Perfect Event? What two wrestlers? And I'll give you a hint. They were both part of another tag team. Who was Perfect Event?
Perfect Event was...
That's tough, right? Professor?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, I don't remember this tag team, but it is Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo.
So where'd the name come from?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, brother. They were the tag team champions, apparently.
Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo, huh?
Yeah, this is some weird shit. Hey, did you know that the Earth is spinning faster today?
No.
Yeah, it's spinning. I think it's spinning like 1 point something milliseconds faster. It's going to be one of the shortest days in the history of Earth, and leading up to next month, we're going to be spinning 1.53 milliseconds faster, which is we don't know why it's happening. So that's scary. And I mean, any day now we'll be flying off this freaking planet.
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough. Hey, let's go to 2001, Vet. And one of the wildest Monday Night Raws in history allegedly took place in Atlanta, Georgia. In an action-packed show, the debut of the ECW faction and the formation of the Alliance. The show started with the APA, Farouk and Bradshaw, winning the WWF Tag Team Championships from the Dudley Boys. Soon after, a match between Chris Jericho, stop me whenever you want, Chris Jericho and Kane, taking on the WCW team of Mike Awesome and Lance Storm. Was interrupted by Tommy Dreamer and Rob Van Dam. Oh my God, this must have been nuts. They joined, let me see, we got Chris Jericho here, the Dudley Boys. I'm just going to fast forward through some of this shit. We got Taz, Just Incredible, Rhino. Oh my God, this is nuts. So Paul Heyman stood up and started talking to people. It was we got a 20-person tag team match. What?
That's too many people.
A 20-person tag team match was signed for the main event. What the fuck? It was the APA Canyon, Hardcore Holly, Billy Gunn, The Big Show, Mark Jindrak, Sean O'Hare, Chuck Palumbo, and Sean States. It just goes on and on. I'm not even going to read all these names. Superstar Billy Graham, Bruno Sammartino. I mean, it's just crazy. And Fabulous Moolah. Anyway, it says here the WWE. Okay, it says Vince McMahon squad.
Fabulous Moolah might have been there. She might have gone through a table earlier in the night.
My goodness gracious. We fast forward to 2017. And we talk about WrestleMania. We talk about All Out. We talk about Starrcade Daddy. But there was no event possibly bigger than this one. It was WWE's Great Balls of Fire. This pay-per-view took place at the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas.
This ain't Texas.
No, it ain't. In the main event, we have Brock Lesnar defeating Samoa Joe to defend the WWE Universal Championship of the Universe. Vet, this is it. We're done with this day in professional wrestling. But I wanted to ask you, man, Samoa Joe, biggest miss in WWE history? Or
No.
one of them?
Yes, one of them.
What would you have done different? Maybe have him win?
Well, no, because see, if you remember, it wasn't so much the match. It's just that they would take guys like Samoa Joe, do nothing with them, and then expect you to. They would try to shotgun, to hot shot a quick angle to have a match with Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe, instead of having Joe be built up the whole time, and then all of a sudden, see, if you're a good wrestling booker, you have the fans thinking of the matches before you give them the matches. Like long before. You know the matches, if you're really good, you know the matches that you want to put out there in with like a roadmap. Like, okay, I'm going to, so many months down the line, we're going to do this, 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 and this. You should have an idea where you want to go. And you want the fans to think that they got there before you. Right? So you don't just do nothing with Samoa Joe and then all of a sudden try to make him credible in like 2 weeks so that he can have a match with Brock. Right? Which I'm sure at this point in Brock's career, all this stuff is being brokered by Heyman. Like Heyman saying like, well, who do you want to work with? Here's who I think you should work with. Like, he probably knows way more about the wrestlers than Brock does. Brock doesn't give a fuck. He'll just show up and do what he does and get paid. So he trusts Paul to give him the people that he thinks would be good to work with, right?
Right.
Paul Heyman says, how about Samoa Joe? And Brock's like, fine, whatever. And then now it's Paul Heyman's thing to try to pitch this to so, Mr. McMahon, if I may.
What do you need there, Paul?
Yes, thank you. And thank you for your time. Very gracious.
Sure, pal.
Yes, could you excuse this intern? I don't think this is for her ears.
Get out of here. I'll see you later.
Yes. So anyway, that kind of stuff, right?
All right. Well, I liked Samoa Joe a lot. I really did. I was a big fan of Samoa Joe.
He's still alive.
Well, I know that, but I guess he still wrestles for AEW. But I mean, I remember watching him when he first came up from ROH. I think I had watched 2 or 3 VHS tapes with him on ROH, and then boom, he popped up on fucking TNA, and I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be awesome. Him and Kurt Angle. I mean, we could go on and on about Samoa Joe, and I really thought they were gonna put the World Championship in the WWE on Samoa Joe. He was just so legit, such a badass. He was so over with the crowd, and it's just never went anywhere. I think this is one of those cases where Vince McMahon probably thought that he didn't look like a heavyweight champion. You know what I mean? Like one of those situations. I never heard anything about him being disagreeable, like hated or anything by the guys, the boys, or the girls backstage. From what I understand, he was always respectful and willing to do anything. So I don't know, man. That's weird. But ladies and gentlemen, we end this segment as we always do every single week. We wish a happy birthday, as I have the birthday gimmick going up there. We got some, there we go. Yeah, happy birthday, ladies and gentlemen. You can go right online right now and wish Kevin Nash a happy birthday. He was born in 1959. We have Mark Merrow. You may have heard of him, a.k.a. Johnny B. Bad, born in 1960. Damien 666, Lucha legend. You can wish him a happy birthday if he's still alive. We have a Tom Brandy vet. You were a huge Tom Brandy vet growing up. Salvatore
I love you
Sincere.
so much, sincerely.
Salvatore Sincere with a happy birthday to him, my friends. PN News, the original rapper of pro wrestling, way before John Cena ever did his fucking gimmick. And last but not least, you can go on, tag the vet, and say happy birthday to Shelton Benjamin. All right, we can do that? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't care if they tag me.
Why not?
I've never met Shelton Benjamin, but go ahead.
But Shelton Benjamin sure knows who you are. I don't know, I guess.
If
Ladies and
he's a
gentlemen.
smart guy, he would.
Oh, he's also a very talented and scary man. Ladies and gentlemen, he is... Oh, wait, what am I saying? This was this week in professional wrestling history. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time to go to jump back into the time machine. It is now 2025. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to walk with us as we walk in to NXT, the Great American Bash Go Home Show.
Yeet. 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 Yeet.
That was late. Yeet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And we're walking. We're walking. We're walking to the parking lot in Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NXT, July 8th, 2025. In one of the main events, we have the Tag Team Championships up for grab. We have a Gauntlet match, ladies and gentlemen. We have just craziness all over. This is nuts. The Great American Bash is right around the corner. So, yeah, Great American Bash. There's the women's gimmick. I mean, it's just so much wrestling. Saturday night's main event. And, ladies and gentlemen, we kick it off with the vet talking about wrestling.
We do?
Ooh, man, my nipples are just piercing through my shirt right now. Yeah,
So, you remember how last week I only listened to the first part of the...
Oh, no. You got to help me out because one of these matches I absolutely disavowed. 100%.
Was it in the back half?
Let's just say Kalani Jordan may or may not have been part of this match.
Okay.
I watched all of it, though.
Okay.
So you can talk.
All right. Okay. Well, this is the same story this week. I need Ray to be my eyes here because I could only hear what was going on. It was dark. I was feeling my way around, and
was this?
That's not too bad at NXT because it is a women's promotion. But
well, this is why you were saving all those people from the second fire down the block.
Oh yeah. Well, no. Well, no.
No, come on, just go with it.
No, I'm not.
Come on. You
know, I never lied to the people before.
He had his phone in his pocket. He was just listening to NXT while he's saving kittens.
It's like, I got to do this for the podcast tomorrow.
Damn it. You know, so he had his little waterproof case on his smartphone.
That's right. Yeah. And fireproof.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Not like Superman, who's not fireproof. Okay, so we got people arriving. I did see that people are arriving. We got the honks.
I don't pay attention to that.
We got TNA. We got management.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
The manager's arriving. Why do we care about that?
One thing
I can't believe Stevie Turner still works. Why is when they find her with Tyler Bate, there's gonna be a big European exodus pretty soon.
So here's a funny thing, and so if you rewatch the show, which I don't ask you to, but if you did have nothing to do and you rewatch the show, so you see how everybody's coming in, everybody's like, yay, this person's here, yay, this person's here. The minute Ava and these two goofs are on the TV screen, it was like, all you heard was
you could actually hear thumbs swiping on screens.
Yeah, it's like you hear like you hear somebody like pull their keys out of their purse. It's fucking hilarious. You couldn't hear a peep. Anyway, man.
All right. So the first match I listened to was a Gauntlet match.
Oh no.
With Mr. Ricky Saints versus the douches.
Yeah, they're pretty good, those douches.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted some confirmation on. The first kid was the Matt Damon kid.
That's the kid that I said looks like a young Rockers, well, not even Rockers, Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels. And he wrestles like him. He sells like him. If you're asking this kid, Jason Drake, his name is, if I'm correct, Jason Drake.
No, you're wrong. I said it's the Matt Damon kid. The Matt Damon kid's name is
Brad Baylor.
Yes, Brad Baylor.
That kid, when he sells to the camera so well, I mean, it's a little over the top, but it's wrestling. Like, you know, like he gets hit in the mouth and he's like holding, like, and he's looking right in the camera and he makes sure that you know that he got fucking knocked out or punched or kicked or whatever. Anyway, Brad Baylor, Jason Drake, and Ricky Smokes. Those 3 kids are good. The Evolve champion, the last kid that went into the ring, Ricky Smokes, very tall. Like he did some really cool things during this match, man. And I said to myself, shit, man, these kids might have something once their bodies fill out. They're very young. But of course, Ricky's
yes, fill out.
But yeah, Ricky Saints goes over, man, defeating each person and finally eliminating. I think it was a springboard DDT, right? Yeah, I think so.
No.
No.
Even I, listening to this, yes, know that that's not what happened. But
no, the first fall was a DDT. Second fall was a jackknife pin, and the third fall was the Rochambeau. Because I remember this dude going Rochambeau.
So I want to bring this up. Now I didn't watch it, but I could, even just with listening, I can tell time.
Okay.
And did it make sense to you, since you both listened and saw it? Did it make sense to you that Ricky Saints took the longest amount of time with the first guy and then put away the Evolved champion the quickest out of everybody?
No.
Okay.
I'm glad that you
just making sure.
I'm glad that you brought that up but I think it's fair to say that the first guy, even though the Evolved champion may be the champion, you remember how you put a belt on somebody, how the belt makes the champion instead of the champion making the belt? That kid probably needs the belt more than the other two. Because the other two have, like, the fat one in the middle, like the fat one.
Smokes.
Yeah, Smokes, that guy. He's pretty good, man. And then the first kid is, I think, the best out of all 3. I'm going to tell you right now, I think that first kid, and I can't remember the name, Brad Baylor, whatever the hell his name is. Brad Baylor. That's going to be, in my opinion, my very humble opinion, I think that kid's going to be the one that's going to come out to be a single star. He's just something about that kid. He's very, very good, and he's very thin, so he needs to eat.
Yeah, I was going to that's the other thing. Like, I may not have watched him last night, but I have seen them.
Right. I like him.
Yeah, I agree with you that Brad Baylor is probably, of those guys, he's probably the best worker.
Oh, okay, cool.
Working. But he has a child's body.
Right.
Ricky Smokes, so far he's kind of just a cheese sandwich, but he's also he has the body of a child that's eaten a lot of cheese sandwiches.
A lot of cheese sandwiches.
And the
American
and then
cheese.
the third guy, who's, obviously they're putting the belt on this guy for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna need some more. I'm gonna need some more.
They did it simply because this is gonna sound stupid. Out of the 3, he's the tallest and the most, and like the most, I guess the strongest looking out of the 3. But
he's not skinny, but he's not big, so he's going to always look like the smaller guy. So he's gonna have to be like a crafty heel, but he looked plain.
Yeah,
like he's gonna need some more. You know how like Sean Legacy kind of like, you look at him and you're like, whatever. But at least he's got some sort of flair to his his gear.
Right.
Like he's got something going on. This kid can't be a black trunks, black boots guy and get over, be Evolved belt or not.
Right.
So Jackson Drake's gonna have to step it up somehow.
All ego is not happy. He's not happy. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, that's because Ricky now gets to choose the stipulation for his title match against All Ego Ethan Page, which he chooses a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah, listen, say what you will, but those 2 boys are going to put on a good match. Hopefully their golf carts involved. Hopefully they run around this. They're wrestling in the stadium, right, outside?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. This is going to be...
What is that AEW gimmick called again? Where they wrestle all over the stadium?
Oh, Stadium Stampede or Anarchy in the Arena. Actually, it's both of those exist.
And they put that Stadium Stampede in the AEW game, which nobody played.
I played it.
You played that, and you didn't play WWE 2K20.
You're damn right,
bro. WWE 2K25 is fucking awesome.
Do they have a Stadium Stampede?
You can make one.
No, you can't.
Oh.
But if they did, I'm sure it would be better than the one that was in AEW. But anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about something else that sucks. Laney Reed is talking shit to Zarasol.
Why?
So I heard. And then of all people, Kalani Jordan is stepping back in to try to be a babyface now, and talk about how Laney hasn't done anything since she got here, and Laney's like, "Well, I'll show you. You'll see." And then Kalani's like, "I'm pretty sure that's Stevie Richards' line."
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Whoever that is.
Yeah. She has no idea. They have no idea. But she is banging. She's banging this guy. What's his name? Carmelo Hayes. So
she's gonna be banging him for 18 months till they get a divorce.
They have they'll have very boring babies. But God bless them, because I love babies.
A boring baby's good, right? Because then it's not crying and keeping you up at night. Like that would probably be a.
I'll tell you what. My son was kind of a boring baby, but then he became a toddler.
Oh well.
And I was like, "What the fuck is going on here? Why is there shit on the ceiling?" Anyway,
okay. Jordan Grace was working out, and she got a call. She got a call from her best buddy Blake.
Can we just wrap this up into one segment?
Nah.
No.
Let's take it as we see it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, Monroe called, and we're gonna get a glam workout. What does that mean? I guess you'll just have to stay tuned, because they even got the graphic that says "to be continued."
Yeah, she's
So this is like just a step. Just a touch below the, dream cam or mind cam that we sometimes get with Apollo Crews and people like that.
Right.
This is just we've set up 2 professional movie shoots in 2 different locations, and we're recording this phone conversation.
Yo, dude, Jordan Grace is terrible at acting. She's really bad. I think WWE is exposing how I mean, she's not terrible in the ring. Don't get me wrong. She does do things that make me worry about the person she's in the ring with. But she's such a bad actress. Her cadence is off. It doesn't seem natural, and she's definitely reading off some type of script. I could see her working out. There's a fucking cue card, push up, push down.
With the card on the floor, looking at it with the push-ups.
Or you can see the notes on her fucking phone. Anyway, but yeah, I believe NXT and WWE is exposing the fact that she's not great. So I don't know. Breaking news: she's not great.
Okay, well, stay tuned for more. Here is Charlie Dempsey versus Tavion Heights in a if I win, I get out of your club match.
Okay.
He did not win.
So I say this every week. The more I watch Tavion Heights, the more I believe in this kid.
Clap, clap.
So basically, guys, if you didn't watch the show, what happened was, Tavion Heights had the mask on. He had the mask ripped off his face by Charlie Dempsey, and it fucking fired Tavion up, bro.
I heard that. I heard it.
Oh, my
I heard
God.
the announcer say it.
Now, Tavion Heights, just everything this kid does in the ring, for me, as somebody who watches this shit every single week, it's special. This kid is just so good at what he does. But he made an error. He got suplexed out of the ring, suplexed, and he landed on his hip. He was fine, but they used that to sell the leg. And because he landed weird on his hip. And Charlie Dempsey just took over the match and started attacking the leg. And it was good psychology. Listen, I'll say this, man. These 2 young guys put on a good, solid match between each other. Charlie Dempsey worked the leg so much, and this kid, Tavion Heights, does not want to be part of this crew, so he would not give up. So then what happens? Of course, you have Ren Sinclair outside, who is like, why are you fucking hurting this kid? Why are you hurting? He's our friend. And she does the old, throwing the towel gimmick. And I was like, all right, you don't see that shit every fucking day. Now, my only question is where the fucking towel come from, number 1. Number 2, does she ever carry a towel with her? And number 3, who gives her the authority to throw it in? But neither here nor there. She threw in a towel. And
hey, if a pro wrestling ref sees a towel, it hits the mat, it's a match over. He doesn't even ask who threw it.
What would have been funny is the referee saw the towel, took it, wiped it off, and just threw it out of the ring. And the match continued. That would have been funny. And then having Tavion Heights actually submitting or passing out to it. That's the way I would have booked it. But, hey, if you want to see a good, solid match between two young guys, really telling a story in the ring, Vet, and I feel it's unfortunate you didn't get a chance to actually watch the match because you were saving so many people in the fires.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually think you would have liked this match.
I probably might have.
It was good.
Well, here's what I want to ask you. So, one of the reasons I'm the best in the world is because I can take my own shortcomings and turn them into content. So now I get to have this conversation that I wouldn't have had to have with you if I had watched it myself. You remember how when Charlie Dempsey first came in and I had sort of accused him, criticized him of seeming like he's playing a wrestler and not like I didn't buy him and his gritty grappling stuff. I just thought he was kind of just he's doing what he thought he was supposed to do, but it didn't look good or it didn't look real or it didn't look, I don't know, whatever you want. It just didn't have that, when his dad puts you in stuff, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Even though he's light as a feather and he's not hurting you, but it looks like, I don't want to be put in that.
Sure. And
Charlie Dempsey did not have any of that. Now, fast forwarding to today, do you feel that Charlie Dempsey has sort of grown into his...
Yep.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's another reason why I wish you would have watched this match, because I think Charlie Dempsey is finally coming into his own. Like he's I don't know what's clicked over the last few weeks, but everything that you said is everything that I saw during this match. And Charlie Dempsey is starting to make me say, okay, all right. I wish they took the name Charlie Dempsey off of him and put the Regal name on him, because I think that would. I know they want to be their own stars and shit, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That kid though, looked, man. Because I have such respect for his father. I'm gonna say this: he looked more like his father during this match than ever before. He looked like a young William Regal, Steven Regal, whatever you want to call him. Really, really good. This was a really good match, Fed. And then for those that didn't watch it, if you want to watch one wrestling match, check this one out. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think it's we got some breaking news here, Vet. You mind? All right, Vet. We got some breaking news. I always say that if we miss a news story, we're going to talk about it really quickly. So, after 15 years in the WWE, I don't know if you may have heard of this guy. I'm going to share this with you right now. Scott Stanford, you may have heard of him, is leaving the WWE. See everybody cheering him as he walks out. Scott Stanford is he's done with the WWE. He says, and I quote, "When you walk out of the studio on your last day at WWE, 15-year run, nothing but love. Hope to make it back one day. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Heyman Hustle." So he wasn't walked out. Was he fired?
Yeah. Who?
Scott Stanford. You know Scott Stanford? This guy.
No.
Scott Stanford.
Oh, that guy? He still is there? This is like a Tyler Bates situation.
He's still there.
Get the fuck out of there. What?
He's still there.
Do they still do the bump? What the hell was even?
I don't know.
He's on like those. He was like on those. He was on those like the pre-shows for things that
he started hosting.
And he'd been replaced on those a long time ago.
Stanford joined the WWE in 2009, hosting WWE Bottom Line, and later becoming a commentator on WWE Superstars in more recent years. And he's done programs like Raw Talk, SmackDown.
Superstars was canceled years ago.
Afterburn, This Week in WWE. So on
what recent years?
He was the
2016
guy. Well, anyway, good luck to him. And I mean, it's not a major story, but 15 years. Not a bad run.
Yeah, no, good run.
Yeah.
And they finally figured out that he was still getting paid there, so they showed him the door.
A lot of people are like, who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so, yep, I really wish
so
you
Ren,
watched
So
this
Ren
match.
threw in the towel.
She did.
And, so unfortunately, Tavion has to stay. This storyline is kind of interesting, but it's kind of stupid too.
Because he could just leave.
Yeah, like, first of all, why would you want to leave? Like, nobody's holding him back from anything. It's not like it's not like he's forced to be in a tag team with Charlie Dempsey and they can only be tag team wrestlers and he wants to like break out to do a singles. He could already do a singles, but he keeps getting his ass kicked every time he has a singles match. And to be fair, so does Charlie Dempsey. Like, Charlie Dempsey doesn't win any matches, so it's not like he has the right to lord over anybody else in a faction either.
Well, he's Steven Regal Jr.
Well, they don't even play that up on TV. And also, so like he doesn't want Tavion to leave, but in this angle, like he's willing to injure him. So if he has to stay in the faction, now he's crippled and he can't compete.
See, I think this is much deeper.
Oh,
than what you see on the surface. You see, Charlie Dempsey grew up as a wrestler's son.
Oh,
didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time with his father.
No,
which led him
road
to
and all.
Which led him to have trust issues with people.
I see.
He grew up not knowing how to hold on to a friend. You know, he didn't know what true love was, and family. Mom was there, but dad just wasn't. So whenever he finds a family, he wants to keep them together. It's a psychological thing. It's something that's deep inside that's been burning in him for many, many, many years. And he just doesn't, he sees Tavion as a brother that he should have had, but his father didn't just have time to impregnate his mom. So that there's a much deeper psychological reason as to why Charlie Dempsey is afraid of losing his friend. Why are you laughing, Fat? This is a very serious.
Put Liz's comment on the screen.
Here he goes. What did it say there?
That's why he learned to grapple, so he can hold on to people.
Yes, Liz gets it. Liz gets it, man.
She understands. She understands the subtle storytelling here.
Let us all pray for Charlie Dempsey to, get over this situation and this psychological, whatever. Charlie Dempsey.
Well, he's down to one halfway crippled guy and one chick. So hopefully he can hang on to those.
They need to hook up, those two, by the way.
Yeah. So next we have the Honks. They're getting fired up, and Javon sees people getting fired up, and he's also got to help fire them up even more. Mm-hmm. He's the young OG.
This is funny. I don't know why.
Very bouncy. Yeah. And then Jasper comes out of nowhere and does the whole I'm going to hit you with my entire body attack, He
sure fucking did. Put that kid through a fucking gate.
Yeah, and a bunch of, and then rather than jump on him like fighters or friends or wrestlers would do, the Honks just pull him off like they're security. Bro, well, in fairness, Hank Walker was security.
But I was like,
if you remember the lore, but
they're the tag team champions. I'm sure the tag team champions, no matter how big the guy is, can get him off. Why weren't they beating him and attacking him, hitting him with a chair?
Yeah, they just grabbed an arm each and pulled him back.
No, they actually one honk was holding the arms and calling for security. Get some help here, security, medical. What? Hey, you got to get out of here. Get out of here, man. Hey,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
But you know what else? And to cap it all off, the cherry on top is the classic. Well, this is going on, but who cares? Because we've got another match coming up.
Yes, we do.
Hey, at least this is special. It's Mike Santana and Joe Hendry. It's at least them. Like, we're cutting away for some special guests. So they're make their entrances. And you could, to my point earlier about, I was talking about Moose and Masha and how TNA's fucked up and they don't know what they're doing over there. Mm-hmm. So again, I'm not watching this, but I can hear it. Oh. Is Joe Hendry just getting cooler and cooler every time? Every time he shows up, the reception is a little bit cooler. I'm not talking. I'm talking about like, as in the context of, you get somebody hot, they're hot, the people are with them, they're overjoyed to see them, and now you're cooling them off, and you're cooling them off, and you're cooling them off.
You hear less and less people singing along with this song.
Yeah.
The
claps are a little more half-hearted.
You still hear the kids yelling, I believe in Joe Hendry. But I will say, Mark, Mike Santana is a fucking star, man. My God, that kid. Bet, how do you not watch this kid on TNA every week and just stone cold, stone cold, stone cold?
It's because I watch him every week on TNA.
But seriously, he's great. What a reception for him.
Yeah. It's like they're definitely telegraphing where they're leaning, where they want to go.
Mike Santana is very, very good,
man. But no matter how hot or cold somebody is, you just know that when you put them against Ryze, they will definitely be the fan favorites. So here's Ryze, formerly known as In the Mud, and yeah, so they have a match.
Yeah, it was all right. It was okay.
It's all right.
I have to put over the fact that, much like I'm saying that Mike Santana is coming to his own and he's starting to shine as an actual star. Booker T was mentioning that, and also Corey Graves was mentioning that during commentary. Like, they were really putting Mike Santana over, but they weren't doing it. I felt like it was a very genuine statement by Booker T. I can't remember exactly what he said, but along the lines of what I've been saying, that this kid broke away from his tag team, and he's developed into a true potential world champion type wrestler or character, whatever you may say. But this match was it was all right. Nothing special. You got all your Joe Hendry spots. You got your Mike Santana spots. And yeah, they go over. Mike Santana hits the old discus lariat gimmick. What do you call it? What does he call it?
Spin the block.
Spin the block. I never heard of that term in the hood. It is what it is. I mean,
come on, isn't he from Brooklyn? Don't you guys say spin the block up
he's
there?
He's from the Lower East Side. He ain't from the Bronx. I mean, all right, fine.
I mean, is it close enough that you could have some of the same lingo?
No. Well, yeah. I mean,
it's not like it's nations apart here.
Let me tell you something about the Bronx, Vet, for somebody that doesn't know New York. The Bronx.
Like, do some people in the East Coast not say son?
No. It's not even that. The Bronx. I lived in the Bronx for a few years when my son was born. It is so different than every other borough. You know the term you use, gritty? Not to say that the Bronx is dangerous. Like, I feel safe in the Bronx, no matter what part of the Bronx I'm in. But it's something different. It's a vibe. Like, Brooklyn has another vibe. Brooklyn, I love Brooklyn. I love living here. Like, especially where I live in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. I love it. It's quiet. It's very family and stuff. A lot of, hey, how you doing over there? Tony D'Angelo's hanging around here. I love this neighborhood. But the Bronx, Manhattan, Long Island, I mean, each individual borough has it's like its own city. It's so fucking weird. But the Bronx, man, that is...
And none of them say spin the block except for one.
Yo, apparently. If you ever come to New York, go to the Bronx. Then you see real New York right there. That's New York. So,
all right.
Santana wasn't from there. So maybe he moved.
All right. So yeah. So the funny thing about this I noticed was that Trick Williams came out and attacked Joe Hendry, but that didn't at all cause them to lose. Mike Santana just hit his finish and they won anyway. Normally they don't bother with that if that's going to happen. And then Trick just goes in and is like, well, shit, that didn't work. So then they all just kick the shit out of Mike Santana too.
So Trick Williams comes in and he's going to interfere with the match. He lays the belt in the ring. So I'm like, oh, they're going to use the belt and spike Santana's head on it or something like that. But none of that happened. I'm like, okay, what the fuck was the purpose of him doing that then? Anyway.
I don't know. All right. Next is we're getting ready to have we're getting ready to have the face-to-face with Inamura and Obafemi. And so him and Josh, Yoshi and Josh are getting ready to walk. But before we do that, we get a lot of nice, encouraging messages from some famous Japanese people like the great Muda and Marufuji.
He did the whole fucking Muda
thing. Yep, he did that thing.
I got a pop for it.
Yeah. Io said something nice. Some other people from Noah.
Can you translate what they were saying?
They all said, do your best.
Oh, okay.
In various different ways.
Okay.
and some of it was English. So yeah, so they all give him the old ganbate. And then before we get back to that, we have to get a Dark State vignette. And this is sort of like, they showed how Dark State popped into TNA on their episode this past week and wreaked some havoc. They did actually, TNA, even though TNA clearly wasn't expecting them to show up, they did somehow have their music ready so that after they laid waste to everybody, they could play the Dark State's music. They probably just pulled it up on YouTube real quick.
Did they have did they have the Titantron? Please tell me they didn't have the Titantron.
Not that I could see.
The blinking lights.
They did. The lights did go out.
Blinking lights.
But you could say that
No
Dark
strobe
State
lights.
made the lights go out on their own somehow, or they paid a guy.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, maybe they paid a guy to play the music, but
Right. Yeah, maybe the music guy is like tied up back there while somebody they paid anyway.
yeah. So they do this vignette basically saying nobody's safe. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vet, but
I know you got to say it every week, so go
I have
ahead.
to say I'm gonna continue saying it. It's like yeah, we're gonna fuck you up, son, and yeah, tell him fucking Josh. Well, next week nobody's safe out there, and I think that we're gonna beat people up. Ain't that right? Yeah, motherfucker. Shit doesn't fucking work.
Does the Vanity Project have like a cap on their
Oh my
member
god.
limit?
Put them in there. Oh wow. Make them the new fucking Mean Street Posse. My god, that's what they are. That's what the Vanity Project is. The Mean Street Posse.
Mm-hmm.
Pete
Pretty
Gas
much.
as a manager. Book it.
Dude,
Darkness.
why not? Okay, so now it is it's time for Inamura and Briggs to come out, and Obafemi comes out, and they have a little chat in the ring, and Josh Briggs takes some offense to the way that Obafemi is talking down to Inamura, and they decide to get physical. And then, it ends with Obafemi getting slammed.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have a question for you. You did hear this, right?
yes.
Okay. Why, when Josh Briggs immediately took the microphone, the fans started chanting some like they didn't want to hear from him, like shut the fuck up. People were putting, there was a sign in there that said this guy, like just like nobody likes him. Why? You had
I
to
don't
see
know.
it. Then I guess you had to see it. It was just weird. Like as soon as he took the mic from Inamura, the fans were like, oh, boo, you suck. You suck. You heard the guy in the background. You suck, man. Give the mic to the Japanese guy.
What does that make us?
Absolutely nothing. Where's
So,
Sidcaster? Where is he?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, at this point in the show, I was actually watching with my eyeballs.
Oh,
now,
shit.
So.
Okay, here we go. Good.
So I did see this, and it was kind of weird.
That's a weird fucking segment.
Yeah, it was very weird. Let's just never talk about it again. Oh, speaking of weird segments, the makeover continues.
Oh,
So now we have the spa day with Jordan and Mariah, and she's trying to teach her how to be a pretty girl. It's not going to work. But Jordan's into it. She in one breath says, "This is totally not my vibe," and then the next breath says, "But I kind of like it."
Bro, what about when she puts on the robe, she has to rip off the fucking arms? I'm like,
I'm not. We have to remain very focused and understand that this is neither of these women's fault. They may not be good at it, but
like, I mean, is there a writer back there that gets paid to say, "Oh, have her do the whole," because she's muscles and stuff, so she rips off? Like, just shut the fuck up. Stop it.
Yep.
Enough.
Labrat says, "Didn't they do this with Ariana and Gigi?" Yep. Because you can see these same gimmicks getting recycled. If you pay attention to NXT over a long period of time, you just see people get put right into other spots. Like, like I said about Apollo Crews, he got the future sight gimmick from that one guy that got released. And then this was like, the makeover thing that Ariana was doing. It's just like they just have to they have to get their same shit in.
Yeah. What's up, Todd? Todd joining us very, very late in the show.
Hi, Todd. Buddy? So there you go. Okay, now here's where Kalani Jordan comes out. And I don't know if this is just me always not paying attention to her, but I saw it this time. Ray says, I will not talk about this.
I am disavowing this, so you can talk. I'm here if you need me.
Wait, before you, well, I need you right now, so get back in position. So if wrestler post, Vern Gagne.
No, I like doing the old school, my dad post.
So, Kalani comes out and she has this baby powder. How long has she been doing that?
The whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
Day one?
Day one.
I've never seen her do this.
You never noticed it? She goes like that?
Maybe I already commented on it back when she first did it, then I forgot.
Ugh. Shout out to Aaron Ben Shlomo. Shalom, my friend. Yeah, she's been doing that shit from day one.
All right.
I hate it. I fucking hate it. Can I go back over here?
Yeah, go ahead. All right. So, if you could think of somebody even more boring than Kalani Jordan, it's got to be Lainey Reed. So, anyways, during the middle of this match, it's so boring that they cut to Zelina Vega, of all people, arriving outside.
Oh, she's boring too, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they thought that was a better idea than watching this match.
I'm right here still.
Yeah, no problem. So whatever they did, even though this was at the point in the show when I am physically able to be watching it with my eyeballs, I chose not to really watch it that closely with my eyeballs. I saw that she did her moonsault thing, but she did a little different this time, right? I think she did like
she almost broke her leg.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
She stood on one rope, then bounced to the other rope, and then flipped.
She hurt herself, Vet. For real. You know that, right?
I don't know.
She hurt herself, dummy. Stupid dummy. Maybe Carmelo Hayes will rub that out for you. Stupid, dumb girl. Stupid powder in her hands. Just let me know when you're done.
Well, Thea Hale came in and attacked Lainey Reed afterwards.
I like Thea Hale.
She's a grown-ass woman,
I like her attacking people.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to
it's like a little Wolverine.
Aaron Ben Shlomo. Shalom, I said that already. Sonic the Hedge Rat. Hello, Sonic. We missed you. Welcome back. Putting over the chat much better than talking about Kalani Jordan.
Yeah. Speaking of attacks, you remember Javon Evans?
Yeah, I remember that kid.
He's getting checked out in the trainer's room, and then here comes Jasper again.
He'll be all right. Oh, yeah. Jasper. Good old Jasper Troy.
Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
Progressive Insurance presents a family reunion. This is the whole family. They're all back. It's not only the mortal enemies now, Stax and Tony, but you've also got Luca, and Rizzo's back. She called the meeting, guys. Can you believe it?
So here's the fucked up thing about this, and you're going to have to do your own research. I didn't pull any of this up. It's in the text message. So Noelle hits me up last night. She goes, you got to watch the fucking D'Angelo thing. And I'm like, why? She knows I'm reviewing the show. And she goes, we just literally recorded and put out a TikTok a day or two ago. And I go to this TikTok. So go to Big Vito brand. You'll see what the hell I'm talking about. Stax is wearing the exact same thing Vito's wearing. Right? And then Rizzo is dressed exactly to the fucking T the way Noelle would come to the ring. 100, exactly like them. And guess what Vito put out on TikTok? A sit down. They did it 2 days ago. Go to the TikTok. If you don't believe me, I swear. They have to be trying to rib Vito and shit. They stole the fucking gimmick off of TikTok. 100%. Allegedly. 100% though. Allegedly. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, this was stupid. And as we all know, all violence, all mob violence, la cosa nostra, the mob, how do they settle? How are they going to settle? Who is the head of the family? What is this even? What is this even?
Oh, I think, don't they, because I remember in like The Godfather 2,
right?
Remember at the end when Michael had all those guys go down and like he took all those guys and they all like went and they pinned the target for like 3 seconds.
Like, get off of me! What are you doing?
He took him out in the boat and like pinned him in the boat. Remember that?
Yeah. No.
That's how you settle everything, bro. You settle it with a wrestling match where you pin a man.
It's a fucking three-way. They're doing a three-way dance over here. Three-way dance over here. 32 pounds down, Pat. 32 pounds down.
Nice.
And I'm starting to get muscle again. Isn't that nice? Feels good to see my penis again. It's very small.
We'll just get a lower mirror. If you ever gain the weight back, just make sure your mirror's at a lower angle, and then you can.
You know what I do? I have the mirror and I flip it. You know where you can zoom in. Bring it down. Oh.
Yeah, the objects are closer than they appear side of the mirror.
Yeah. Then I look up and I go, I wish. So yeah, this segment was the looking at your penis in a things may be larger than what they seem segment of the night.
Mm-hmm. So Jasper comes out another time. He comes out to the ring and he's like, I'm through with Javon Evans. I demand to be added to this title match coming up. It needs to be a 3-way match. And then Javon Evans attacks him and security comes out and he dives over the rope onto security and Jasper.
Good dive. Good dive. Come on. Good dive, Vet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get a culling meeting with music underneath. A little creepy piano music for the culling.
I don't know, man. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What's his name? Fucking old chair guy. The Perfect 10. He's very good at being creepy. I don't care. Yeah, yes, there it is. Look, right there. That is the look of somebody sitting in a windowless van with a bag of candy in his hands. And who is he trying to pull into that van?
Hey, kids.
Tatum Paxley with her little doll.
With their little doll. Oh my God. This is another somebody working out some of their shit backstage, isn't it?
There you go. I'm telling you folks, this shit, much like our boy, Regal Jr., this is a lot deeper and darker. So dark than you guys could ever imagine.
I just
yeah, you're creeped out, aren't you? Now you're really creeped out. Look, I can see it in your face. I can see the fucking goosebumps.
It's fine. He's fine. Okay. No, he's a nice guy.
Very nice, man. Sean Spears. Awesome.
What I just thought of something as you just said that name again.
Sean Spears?
Is it more no, not him, the other one. Is it more ridiculous as a name
Regal Jr.
to just be called Charlie Dempsey or to be called Regal Jr.? Like if his name was Regal Jr., like if he didn't even have a first name, if he was just announced like a luchador as Regal Jr., like would that be any more ridiculous than calling this obvious William Regal's son Charlie Dempsey? I don't think it's that much worse, really.
Not much worse. I'm telling you, I would put hey, what's up, G-Ball? Big shout out to G-Ball joining us late. I would definitely, dude, you got to lean into the Regal. Even though, has Braun Breaker finally, like, that name finally settled with you? Are you all right with it finally?
No, never.
No, you're still not. You still
As
want Braun
Dusty
Strowman.
Rhodes would say, it will never be over.
Oh shit! Wow, that was powerful, Vet.
Thank you. I probably peaked in the microphone there, but regardless, I think you might as well just get every last dime out of any family names. Wrestling's always been big on history and generations and names. So even if a lot of kids don't know about the Steiner brothers, if you have a person like Braun Steiner and they Google that name, and then they will look and they will see, oh, wait a minute, he had a dad, and oh, wait a minute, his dad wrestled, and his dad had a brother, and he wrestled, and they were a brother team, and they wrestled, and oh my God, I'm learning about wrestling, and I'm a bigger wrestling fan now. And I will spend more money on wrestling because I like it. That's how shit gets done. That's how fans are made. You know, if you give them a Braun Breaker, they might not go down the rabbit hole that easy.
Before we continue, I first I have to hold on one second. Before we continue, I have to put this out there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh fuck!
A cup of change. A cup of change.
A big $2 super chat from our boy G3333 Ball. Thank you so much, my friend. And with that, I wanted to, you know what? With that super chat, I want to ask you a question. Would you have Steven Regal Jr. cut like one of his dad's famous promos? Like, but he would have to say it articulate, more like, I've dined with kings and queens, but I've also slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans. Remember when Regal cut that promo?
Yeah, I remember Regal cut that promo.
Yeah, so.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question with a question.
Yeah.
Why hasn't Charlie Dempsey settled on an accent?
Oh, I don't know. What the
He's
fuck
trying
is
to
it?
do both.
It's
He's trying to be
weird.
American and British at the same time.
He's from Connecticut.
Yeah, he needs to stop. Just talk like a normal person.
We'll lean in one way or another.
Well, it's too late. We know you're not British. So you got to be American now.
But if you grow up in a British home, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some of it
guess.
sneaks into his, maybe he doesn't even realize it.
It probably is. Well, whatever. Just change your name to Regal Jr., all right?
Yeah, and do the gimmick where you're reaching out to the TV, you know. Touch my hands, please. Let me, and I'm there with you. You know? They fire you and they kick you in the butt, in the buttocks, and they give you a gold watch. Regal was a good promo.
Great promo.
Yeah. And a computer took over your job. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go.
So the Culling was making an entrance too.
Why?
Like
Oh.
they went right from their creepy vignette into an entrance. So that's like another little gimmick transition they do there. And then when we come back, it's a match I like to call the Honks versus the Hawks, because
They got mohawks.
they sure do. And
They
what happened to
have
Spears' mohawk is balding. I didn't know you could have a balding mohawk.
He's got them cool, you know, Bronx cuts in the mohawk. That's what it is. Just go bald, dude. It's over. Just go. Just let it go.
Yeah, so this happens, and then at some point, Sol Ruka comes out and fights Izzy to the back, while Zarya goes and just casually kidnaps, packs him again.
She had her like, and it was weird. Like she had her like, oh, I mean, I thought of something else. Yeah, okay, that works. I've seen videos that started that way.
Dark videos.
Dark, so dark. God, we got kidnapping. We got guys sitting in vans. What is going on here?
The Culling is. They should get together and have some meetings with Dark State.
I would just lean into Dark State being ice. I mean, let's do it. Let's just have them get all the luchadors and throw them in vans. Come on. Let's go with it. Let's go with it, folks. No?
Let's go with
You have your papers. Sorry.
the Honks retain
Oh, yeah, they do. It's awesome.
2 white guys, so no problems there.
Fucking nice.
They retain during this whole match. The announcers are really trying to tell you how scary Nico Vance is.
He's scary.
And the whole time they were talking about how scary he was, I was trying to remember his name. And I was like looking at his tights. I was like, okay, it says Vance there. It's something Vance, right?
Vance Archer.
Yeah, Vance Archer. Vance Preston. Preston Vance, whatever. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, anything else to add to this?
The only thing I'm going to add is that when you forget that Honk and Honk, I love Honk. You know that they're my favorite tag team. And they don't wrestle all the time, but when they get in the ring, man, it's just they're so they're charismatic. Like, I think the fans just fucking have fun watching them. And they made what could have been a fucking boring match, I think, fun. They're a fun tag team to watch, and they're entertaining. And when you watch wrestling, you don't want to see the same old shit. And these boys, man, they may not be your cup of tea, but if there's one thing they are, it is entertaining. And I think they work hard and they do a good job. So if this is their peak, God bless them. We'll see. But that's it. Nothing special in this match. Just tons of fun. It was a fun match.
All right. Now, just to, in keeping with the theme that I did actually see it, they also had like this very American getup here with the red, white, and blue gear. And, it was a little less, blue collar jorts and jerseys type thing. It was kind of like a very American wrestling feel.
They're the new American males. American males. American males.
Well, those guys were dressed like strippers. I don't think the honks were really.
You know who should
not
be
so much.
You know who they should bring in as their manager? Hacksaw Jim Duggan. That is fucking money. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank me now. Or thank me later.
I'll wait till he shows up and then we'll thank you. So Ava's walking, and then we see that earlier in the day, it appears that Kale had a panic attack.
Couldn't feel his arm.
Like,
no,
this guy was a wrestler. I've seen him wrestle with.
I did laugh. He's like, fucking Andre Chase is like, well, stop pumping. I can't feel my arm. Oh, that was funny. That was cute.
Yeah, he had the blood pressure thing on. Yeah,
but you see, Mr. Chase is growing, and that's only going to last so long before he loses his shit. And that's where we're going with this.
It's time for the Evolution Summit, or whatever they called this bullshit.
The main event of the evening is time.
It was basically a hit everybody's music segment.
That's what.
Because once Ava was out here saying names, and she said a bunch of names that are going to be in the Battle Royal. I'm not even going to. I didn't write them down. I don't care. You could figure out who it is. It's the same boring people it always is. Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, whatever.
Stephanie Vaquer, though.
Yeah, but she didn't say that name.
Oh, that's right.
This is not this. First, she was going to get interrupted by Fatal Influence and Reptilian Britt Baker saying, "Excuse me, you weren't talking about me, the NXT champion." And then, Jordan Grace came out.
Do that again. I'm going to record that.
Did Jordan Grace even have her makeover stuff on?
I
don't remember. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say she did.
Right.
Then Lash Legend came out and said, and then Stephanie came out, and I was like, okay, but I already knew this was going to happen because I saw Instagram scrolling. But that's fine. It didn't matter. It's always nice that she's there. Why is she there? I don't know. I guess she's just here because she used to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about cooled off. Have you noticed she's not been on Raw?
Who?
Stephanie.
There's
nothing wrong with her.
Yeah, why?
She was on a main event. She had a main event match that got taped.
Is she too over?
Yeah, her and Cross get the main event matches, and then everybody else gets to be on Raw.
Oh no, she's in main event. Why? Why would they do that? Did she piss somebody off?
I don't know. It can't be anything wrong with her in the ring.
Oh, I don't know, bro. That's that's something. That's something to keep an eye on, folks. So.
Yeah, and then of all people, Maxine and Natty come out. Now, you may not have seen this.
The Dungeon Dolls, you mean?
The Dungeon Dolls. Oh, that's nice. That's cute. Well, what is that? Where does that leave Tozawa? Is he also a doll?
He's a dork. Dungeon Dolls and the dork.
Dungeon Dolls and dork. Did you happen to notice on Monday Night Raw, during the Netflix commercial breaks, they had a promo by Karrion Kross? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the one with Alpha Academy and Natty?
No.
See, it was at this point that I realized, okay, they're still trying to make this happen. Which that explains why they would show up here on this NXT episode, because apparently they're still trying to be a thing. Not enough of a thing to be on actual Raw, but to just be on that 3-minute break in commercials if you have premium Netflix on Raw. So that's why they're here. And then everyone came. To the point that Julia, the original Look at Her, the United States Women's Champion, is just standing in the crowd, not being acknowledged by anybody.
An afterthought. Yeah, I noticed that with her belt. She had a belt on, too.
She had her belt. You know, that belt she won?
Yeah. It's a shame. Did that get you angry, Vet?
A little bit.
Sorry. Well,
Yeah, and everybody just fights. Nobody cares, but everybody's just fighting. It's just a big schmoz.
Yeah.
And Ava's like, can we please have some order?
Did you see how awkward she was? Just, I don't know if you noticed, she was like this. She was holding on to the what is the gimmick table? The little
Podium.
Table, the podium thing, and she's getting pushed against the rope, and she keeps rocking. So stupid. I'm just like,
what can I do?
I'm like, Ava, you're the biggest bitch in the damn ring. Fucking throw a punch. You're trained.
Yeah.
She should have went.
And your dad and stuff?
Oh, listen, for what I understand with The Rock, Ava might not be having a job there too long. I don't know. I think she's gone soon, dude. She's terrible. Stupid, terrible. You can't make a general manager of a major wrestling organization.
They're not going to fire The Rock's
She's
daughter.
going to be fired.
She won't ever
Does
be
The Rock
fired.
have a son? Does he have a son?
She will leave, maybe, out of,
Pure
if
boredom?
she gets tired of it, or if she thinks she's over.
She's getting a paycheck, bro. She's going to leave. Leave for what? What does she do? She's getting paid to do what? Nothing. Whatever.
Well, then she's here forever, because she ain't getting fired.
Please don't you fucking dare tell me that. Anyway. Well, that's it for the show this week. I think unlike NXT, I think we put together a very good show this week. I don't want to pat myself in the back, but it was fun, good flow. We had laughs, we cried, we gave you some conspiracies to think about and more. But Vet, speaking of that, my friend, what do you got going on as we wrap up this week in professional wrestling history? I don't know.
Well, not too much. The usual stuff every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern for the Impact Attack with Brandon, where we talk about Masha Slamovich. We've got the every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. We have The Wreckage. Myself and Jimmy T talking about AEW,
which was on Monday this week.
Yeah, it was on a Monday due to heroic actions that cost me time. But
saved lives.
Yes, certainly. Oh, and the Wreckage saved lives. Someone might have died of sadness if they had watched Dynamite and Collision. So we recapped it and we made their day.
Trust me, you guys save my life every weekend because the weekends are tough, and I listen to you guys, and brightens my day.
That's the real heroic deeds that I perform. Just like Frank said, WWE shows are like Playboys. When there's Hustler and Penthouse out there, I don't know how you watch these shows for us. Yes, it's a twisted analogy, but I think I see his point, and I agree.
It's a good point.
Yeah. We are your heroes. So, where else can I be heroic? Well, that's basically where you can see me being heroic. But you can also check out other heroes who made me the way I am today, like Rip Rogers. He doesn't have a show this week, but every other week, it's 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern concrete time. You can ask him questions live on the air, and, you know, God help you with the answers you get, but damn it, you can. And Stevie Richards also every Friday. Friday's a nice day for wrestling. Drops a new episode of the Stevie Richards Show on YouTube for absolutely free.
It's crazy.
Like, you're not even having to pay for this kind of stuff. Like, you just get this magnificently produced. It makes, like, if Stevie Richards is like WWE production, and then like you know, our show in comparison looks like GCW or something. You know, that's
dreamy.
How good his show is. And
Dreamy.
I don't think our show looks that bad.
It's
just
dreamy
that
eyes. His eyes are dreamy. You fall into them like
yeah,
pools.
they're like shooting in 4K over there. It's ridiculous. It's so unnecessary, but
We can do it.
they do that for you.
Are you challenging me?
I don't think we should be seen in 4K. Stevie
fuck that.
deserves to be seen.
I'm
in
changing
4K.
the background and everything next week. New intros. We're getting a British guy, vet.
Just let Stevie be the champion, okay?
Okay, all right, fine.
It's happened so rarely, he needs it. So, anyways, check out Stevie Richards' show. Last episode is talking about Stevie Night Heat. It was part two of a two-parter of the story of Stevie Night Heat. Great stuff. He kind of validates everything I've been telling you guys, you know, like over the years.
He's awesome.
He's saying the same things because he lived it, you know. What else? Oh yeah, Limpin' Ain't Easy.
Yeah.
Should be a fresh new episode, probably right about now, premiering now maybe.
Yeah,
with Mickey James.
Mickey James, yeah. I was watching that. It was great. She's such a doll, bro. I have a respectful crush on her, and it's not anything disrespectful. I think she's just a wonderful human being.
Mickey James touched me.
She touched me as well.
Do you want to? No, physically. You want to reach through the magic of the internet and get a little tiny residue of Mickey James there?
No, she touched me. I shook her hand twice. So yeah, I met her a couple times at 2 different conventions when I was working for Apter. She's a doll. She's wonderful. When she talks to you, you are the only person in the room. That's all I have to say. She's just wonderful. And she smelled like a combination of fresh strawberries, flowers, and cotton candy. I can't fucking explain it. And this is on both times that I met her. And then you know how people have like an aura? A glow? She has that. It's real. It's like real. It's like a hot pink glow about her with a tint of yellow. It's wonderful. Love me some Mickey James, bro. Anyway. Hey,
That's it for me.
Well, don't forget, we got the Smack Attack. We got the Monday Locker Room. We got the A Show. You can check that out. And the Pro Wrestling Reflection is off this week, but if you didn't watch this week, you can jump onto my Twitter. I have it there live, or go to the the Professor's channel and check out what if Sting jumped to the WWF in 1994? Will we get Crow Sting? Warrior was in the WWE at the time. Would they rekindle that tag team, or would they feud against each other? Tommy and Professor did a really fucking good job at booking this what if. So check it out,
the
guys.
Warrior was in WWF in '94? No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
You talking about me? I know what I'm talking about, all right?
He left in '92 and he didn't come back till '96.
Oh, whatever. Close enough. Well, I think the way they booked it was that if Sting came over in '94, I forgot.
If they're booking it, they can put the Warrior in whenever they want. It's
I think they brought the Warrior back because Sting came back, and that's you have to watch the show and listen to it. It's available right now on Podbean or any podcast, Spotify, whatever the hell you listen to your podcast. Just search Hami Media Group, and you can find all the episodes of the Pro Wrestling Reflection. And episode 200 is coming up very, very soon. Now, they've done thousands of episodes, but for the original OG episodic episodes, the Pro Wrestling Reflection episodes, they're very close to that magic number of 200. We have some very special, fun things planned. In fact, I have some special things planned, like going to get the laundry and then cleaning the house because we have guests coming over and staying over at the house, and then fucking making sure that the house is nice and clean and cooking dinner. I have nothing but work to do on my day off.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. Well, once again, thanks to G-Ball for the $1 super.
$2.
And
It's $2.
thanks to Aaron Ben Shlomo. We thank you, sir. He's thanking us, but we thank you.
We got another
Aaron.
one. Yeah. So that's a total of 3. Anyway, folks, we love you. We appreciate you. And I guess we are saving lives because we watch NXT, so you don't have to.
We're saving everyone, and we're saving you because we love you.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week. God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful hump day.
I'm hurt, and I'm old, and I'm fucking tired, and I work with fucking children.
Where's Darkside Caster?
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.
Oh, hey. Come on.